Hi, my name is Danielle Dick. I am one of the co-chairs of the PGC Outreach Committee, and it is my great pleasure today to introduce you to the new PGC website. This has been a focus of the Outreach Committee for the past year, and I want to start by acknowledging the many individuals who contributed content and ideas to this website redesign. So my co-chair, Jerry Guintivano from UNC, as well as representatives across all the working groups in the PGC. If you're not familiar with the PGC Outreach Committee, our goals are really to facilitate the involvement of researchers with the PGC, as well as to help researchers translate their findings for the broader public. A major focus of this past year has been how can we also have the PGC be a trusted place for information about how genetics influences psychiatric and substance use outcomes for the general public. And so you will see that that was part of the impetus for redesigning the website and creating much new content in this area. So what we really wanted to do was to make the website easier to understand and to navigate, particularly for researchers who were not already in the PGC. So one of the things that we heard was that if you were not already connected to the PGC, it was difficult to understand the organizational structure and how to get involved. In addition, we wanted to streamline and make the website still very user-friendly and contain all the information that those of us who are part of the PGC need and are constantly looking for on the website. Secondly, we created a new area, which is content for the general public. And we created content that is both broadly applicable across psychiatric and substance use disorders, as well as content that is specific to particular disorders and organized around the working groups. So with that, I am going to actually take us over to the new website and give you a quick tour. So some of you all may recognize this as the old PGC website, a lot of text and a lot of pieces of information that were critical, but perhaps not more organized into the most modern interface. This is the new PGC website. You can see that we have, in fact, tried to make it more user-friendly to navigate and shorter and more to the point for individuals to understand the magnitude and importance of this particular project. We've reorganized the content around these three primary areas for researchers, for the public, and then we've started to build out information for clinicians as well. If you go to the researchers section, you will see that now what we have is information about how the PGC is organized and structured to make it easier to understand how to get involved. When you click on these different links, it takes you to the content that was there before, but organized in ways that we hope will make it easier to navigate. So here are all of the working groups. We reorganized and standardized the content across the working groups. So a huge thank you to all of you who contributed to that. And so as just one example here, you can see that on the major depressive disorders working group, we have information about the leadership, about who plays various roles, how to get involved, a little bit about that group and what they're currently working on, as well as specific contact information and some of the findings that have come out of that group. In addition, under the For Researchers content, you can see there's information about the many committees that the group is organized into, the PGC. You can still quickly get to downloading results and publications, which has also been reorganized to make it easier to navigate. We have the worldwide lab information still there, of course, and we've also added this new section of resources. What we have put together in the resource section is information that we think will be helpful for researchers in both understanding psychiatric genetics for those who are new to the field that might be useful for teaching psychiatric genetics, and that would be useful for learning about how to translate findings for the public. So we hope you'll find a variety of useful information here, everything from presentations from last year, for example, the PGC aims, how to communicate your research, tips and tricks for writing op-eds, and a variety of talks about the basics of psychiatric genetic research that can be, again, for students and for teaching and training purposes. We are happy to add any new content that you think would be useful there, so please get in touch with us if you have other ideas. This other new section is the For the Public section. And I won't walk through each of these pages so that you can explore them on your own time, but you'll see that we've added information about basic genetics, essentially. We've added information about the environment. We have worked with the cross disorders group to put together information about diversity in genetic studies, the importance of this area and how far we have to go. We've created information about stigma, about genetic testing. And then again, there's also information specific to each disorder. This is based on content that was curated by your working group's liaison. And so as an example here, we'll go to major depressive disorder again. And you can see that what we've put together is everything from essentially blogs to videos to links that we think would be useful for individuals who are not researchers, who are not expert in this area, but who might be trying to understand and learn about it. And so, for example, here on the major depressive disorders, you can find general links, blog posts, as well as video resources. Again, we are happy to build this out and put in whatever content would be useful. And so we'd ask you please to send anything that you think would be good to curate on the website our way. I hope you'll spend some time exploring the new website and also send us your thoughts on the redesign as well as additional content that would be useful to include. I'll be stepping down as co-chair of the committee after this meeting, and Jerry Guintivano will be leading the group moving forward. But please let us know if there's ways that we can be of use to you in helping you interact with other researchers in the PGC, take your research to the public, or to curate resources on the PGC website that would be of use to you in your teaching, training, or outreach. Thanks so much. Bye.